guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Age, and for today's video I decided to film this one, which is very different from what I usually post, because I'm really excited to tell you guys that I am officially a part of the Cyberbacker family. I am officially a cyberbacker. I am working with my client for almost a month now, so I decided to have like a mini work series or cyberbacker series wherein I will film different types of videos that would answer all your questions regarding the application process, the initial interview, so I could share my experience, my knowledge, and of course some tips if you'd also like to apply. So Cyberbacker is the leading provider of administrative support and virtual assistant services from all around the world, but we do not call ourselves virtual assistant. Instead, we call ourselves cyberbackers or backers, because there are a lot of positions in here, not just cyberbacker. We also have video backer, social media backer, and all that stuff. So I'd like to share with you my background on how did I start applying here in Cyberbacker, because the first time and the second time that I applied here in Cyberbacker, I was rejected. So the first time that I applied, it was after my birthday, maybe March 9, basta March of this year, 2022. So I decided to apply because I think I saw it on Miss Jaisal Devera's video about Cyberbacker, but I didn't really know the company and what they do, what is a virtual assistant. So I just really applied. So I decided to apply, filled the application form, and then I answered some assessments, and then I had my initial interview. So during the initial interview, I wasn't really prepared at all. I didn't know what the questions would be. I didn't know what the company is. I didn't know the position that I applied. Hindi ko talaga alam kung anong mga responsibilities dun sa position na in-applyan ko. Basta, all I wanted to do was to get in Cyberbacker. So, of course, I failed. I got rejected. And then they said na I could reapply after 60 days. So, that's like 2 months. So, I reapplied again for the second time. I was rejected again because hindi talaga ako prepared. Hindi din ako nag-research. I was just really overconfident with myself. I really thought na, parang kaya ko. I didn't know na it really needs a lot of preparation and research, because of course it is a virtual assistant industry and I didn't really have any experience on that one. Well, I do have a work experience as a call center agent, non-voice, but aside from that, I don't have any work experience. So I was really overconfident. So for the second time, I got rejected. So after the second time, they said I could reapply again after 60 days. So that was the time that I really said to myself na I really need to be prepared. I really need to do all the research. And I said to myself na I will try one last time. And if hindi pa din papalarin, maybe it isn't really just for me. So I said to myself na I would do all the preparation, the research and everything. And if hindi pa din makapasa, I will just stop and look for another job. So, ayun, of course, while applying to Cyberbacker during my first and second try, after that one, I also applied to other agencies or virtual assistant companies like Philsong, Pineapple Staffing. So, during my third time and applying in Cyberbacker, hindi na ako nag-apply ng ibang job. Basta nag-focus na lang talaga ako sa pag-research and pagiging prepared. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube and on TikTok. Basta maraming mga videos na makaka-help sa inyo. So, I really suggest you watch. And then, ayun, after like 60 days, I didn't really reapply again. After 60 days, I just waited some time na, I would really feel ready and prepared. So, I just really took my time. And then, ayun, for the third time, I reapplied again. And, ayun, medyo confident na, medyo prepared. And then, the funny thing about my third interview was that I think if makapasa ka during the initial interview, they would say it after. Like, they will just tell you that, congratulations, you passed, and then But if you did not, I think they will just say na you will receive an email, and. But of course, there are other issues na, or there are other instances na they would just tell you na you will receive an email, and of course, maybe that email contains that you got accepted. So ayan, and then and I was really nervous because maybe they will just tell me na, oh, just wait for an email with the result of your initial interview. But then the interviewer said, thank you for not losing hope. This time you passed. So that's what really the phrase that she said to me. So I was really happy, and she said, congratulations on passing your initial interview, and you will have your CBPA or the personality assessment before you got in the final interview. So that's it. That's like my background story on how I got into cyberbacker. And of course, that just not stop there, because you will need to answer the personality assessment, and you will undergo again with an interview, which is the final interview. And of course, you will undergo client interviews so that you get paired with your client. So the requirements here in cyberbacker, you need to be at least 18 years old. We do accept senior high school graduates, because I am a college undergraduate. I just said a college undergraduate because I didn't know that they would accept students. And then for the system requirements, you need to have a working laptop or a PC with at least 8 to 10 GB of RAM, in over-ear working headset, and an HD camera or webcam, because of course you need to talk to your clients. You need to have a really good quality working camera, and of course headset. For the initial interview, you could use like an earphones, but so during your final interview, if ever you get in, you really need to secure an over-ear working headset. If you all have that requirements, you can use my link, which I will put on the description box below. So that link you will be using doesn't have any referral fee, but I could use it to follow up your application. So you could use my link on the description box below, and then for the application process, you need to fill out the application form, and after filling out the application form, you will be directed to answer the Y assessment, which is an assessment, but wala siyang grades. It is just to test or to know you more, so that we could match you with a client that of course match your personality, your values. And then after that one, you will have your initial interview. So your initial interview, you really need to ready your laptop, your headset, and your camera, and of course your internet. And it would usually take around 30 to 1 hour because of waiting time. A lot of people who are also applying, so I suggest you apply around midnight or at night, so it would lessen your waiting time. But the actual initial interview would only last up to 10 to 15 minutes. And then after the initial interview, you will have the CBPA or the Cyberbacker Personality Assessment. Like the Y assessment, CBPA is more like a thorough understanding of yourself. Partial NAT or National Achievement Test, guys. So, or alam niyo yung application process sa school, like sa college, para siyang ganun. And then after the CBPA, you will move on to the last step of the application process, which is the final interview. So sa final interview, guys, it is not like the initial interview. So the final interview, it would be all about yourself. Some questions would be situational, so that you are ready. On TikTok and on on YouTube, there are a lot of videos, and of course I will create one for you guys, some tips during the initial interviews, the CBPA, and the final interview. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any of that videos. So that's it for today's video, guys. I'm really happy that I got into Cyberbacker family and I have a job finally. But I'm just a part-time cyberbacker, so maybe after graduation or after graduating college, I would love to make it a full-time job, of course, and permanently. So If ever you guys are also interested in applying here in Cyberbacker, do not hesitate. Of course, I will upload a lot of videos about Cyberbacker and of course answer your questions so that you can have an idea and of course help you with your application process much, and I'll see you in my next video.